Did you guys know that Ubisoft has the license for Heroes of Might and Magic? Because they do. And apparently, they have decided to announce a new sequel to the franchise. And it looks pretty gorgeous, not gonna lie. I don't see it being woke. We don't know much about it, but from what we can see from the trailer, it seems like a faithful Heroes of Might and Magic game. As you can see here, the graphics, the animations, all of that are beautiful. I assume this is the vision for the Castle Inferno. Like here, you probably have the Mage Guild. This may be the town center or the Citadel. Later on, we're going to see how the spells look like. Right? They look absolutely gorgeous. Various creatures of different factions. And yeah, it looks like a Heroes of Might and Magic game. And so, why do I believe that it's not going to do well? Well, because it's a time and place for everything. Heroes of Might and Magic, when it came out, it looked absolutely mind-blowing for the time. I mean, the graphics were out of that world. The music, the sound effects, everything connected, everything clicked. To the point where they never managed to reproduce that, no matter how many sequels the game had. But more importantly, Heroes of Might and Magic came up in a time where the internet wasn't as powerful. The internet was extremely expensive for many people. You needed to have dial-up, and it usually costed by the minute of usage. Like every minute you would spend on the internet would cost your phone more money. The connection was atrocious, and so playing video games online was usually something that came with a lot of lag. And what people did to play video games was to go at LAN parties. I remember Sweden was hosting like a huge LAN event where people would bring their computers in order to form these big LAN networks and play video games. And so in order to play something with a friend, like if you had a brother or a friend or something, you would try turn-based games like Heroes. And so you would sit at the computer with your friend and you'd take turns in playing. And that's what made Heroes of Might and Magic great. It's the replayability. Like you had the random map generator, it would create a map, and then you'd play with a friend. But like that system simply doesn't work in 2025. Like I'm sorry, but like turn-based strategy games like Heroes of Might and Magic, where a battle can end up for 5 or 10 minutes, what is the other player supposed to do? Like if the other player is battling, is fighting something, right? You can't see his battle because part of the strategy is to have the fog of war, so you're not going to see his units. You can't do anything besides sit there and wait. Now, if you're playing the game with like 4 or 5 people, it's even worse. Even if you have simultaneous turns and people play at the same time, again, if someone is sieging a castle, if 2 players fight, like a battle can end up for 15, 20 minutes. What are the other players going to do? It's going to be a boring sludge fest. Now this is different from other turn-based strategy games, like for instance Civilization, because Civilization, it doesn't have this shit, right? It doesn't have like the tactical map, where, as I mentioned, it can end up with the player waiting for 15, 20 minutes. And it's not the same thing as when you're playing with a friend next to you. You know, it's not the same thing as when you're playing at the computer with someone next to you. And so unless they completely revamp the way the game works, unless they change it completely and make Heroes of Might and Magic a 4X game or something like that, I don't think it will be as popular as it used to be. I think like Heroes of Might and Magic died with Heroes of Might and Magic 3. They were never capable of replicating that lightning in a bottle. And so this game is probably not going to be a commercial success. But the question is, like, is it going to be a flop? Well, it depends how many people that are still nostalgic with Heroes of Might and Magic are there left. If it manages to get everyone that liked the previous game to buy it just to play it out of nostalgia, that's still a game purchase, right? And it also depends how much money they invested in it. If they invested hundreds of millions of dollars in order to make this, complete flop. But if this was actually something cheap that, you know, kind of like the way Blizzard did the Hearthstone, right? Like they had a small team and they dedicated their talent to that, then yeah, this may actually have some commercial success. So the question is like, what are their ambitions? Like, where are they trying to go with this? Is it just like a blast from the past, a game that they are remaking so that it scratches that nostalgic itch? And they don't want to have a ridiculous number of sales, and they're happy with making even? Okay, then this game can actually be profitable. But if they're expecting something extraordinary with like a marketplace where people start spending real money in order to buy cosmetics, and they're expecting that you'll have esports with this, or that the game will have a rich and vibrant community, extremely unlikely. unless, and this would be cool. I would actually be surprised if they do this. They have like a multiplayer mode, right? Like they create something for multiplayer. I don't know what exactly you would do, but for instance, if the game were to have hundreds, if not thousands of units, and you have like some combat points, and then you can create and craft like your army based on that, similar to how Total War does it, right? Like you have like a number of points assigned, and then as you're adding units, it costs points and shit. And if the game is balanced enough, okay, that you don't actually play Heroes with the adventure map and all of that you just join in a battle. That could be cool, actually. Maybe they will do that. Still, I know that I'm a little bit negativist, because recently I have been disappointed by Ubisoft constantly, right? Systematically. And so I don't have high expectations from them. My expectation right now is that the game is going to be true to the nature of Heroes 3, and it's not going to blow my mind or anything. But if you just want an itch to scratch, if you just want a strategy game that reminds you of your childhood, especially a turn-based one, well, you should know that this game is going to come out soon, and I actually hope that it's going to be good. So far, the response to it is positive. But here's like the problem, right? And this is another reason why I have bad feelings about it. There's no marketing for it. Like, honestly, how many of you actually knew that this game is coming out before I made the video, right? Like, this was released 2 months ago. It's got 138,000 views. Only 2.2 thousand upvotes. Where's the hype? And I think the reason there's no hype is because people don't even know that this game exists. And so, like, that's another reason why I expect it to be a failure. Kind of sad, because I do like the franchise. I like the trading card game that they did with Heroes. That was interesting. I would like to see it evolve, though. Like, I would like to see it stop being what Heroes 3 used to be, and just keep the universe, keep the factions, right? Like, keep that thing. And just make something different, make a Civilization game with Heroes. Or make, like, something like that card game, which I liked. But if you keep trying to do the same formula of a game that worked in the 1990s, like, I'm sorry, but it's not going to stick very well. At least that's my opinion, Let me know in the comment section if you disagree with me. And I'll see you out there. Take care.